Hello everyone. In this video I am going to teach you how you can create your own Android project with the help of Android Studio. So to give you an example, I am going to create login application. So everyone can create a login application as a beginner if you follow the steps provided in this video. So to begin, as I have already told you in my previous video how you can create a new project. So you just have to click on you just have to launch your Android Studio, click on start new Android project, select a layout. So you can select an empty activity and then you can proceed. So once your project is loaded, you will end up with this UI. So initially when you load a project, you will just have a main activity. That is something that comes by default. So and in your main activity initially you will just have this much of code, that is the onCreate method. So this onCreate method will just set your view and link it with your activity. Okay, so the rest of the code that I have written to create this login application, I am going to teach you step by step how you can proceed. So along with the main activity.java, you will activity underscore main.xml file will also be created. So once you click on that, I'll show you starting from the UI how you can proceed. So for the starting purpose, I have taken a username, a password, a login and a login attempt. These are the four views or the four basically the views that I've added to my layout. So for username and password, I have selected plain text. For login, I have taken button, and for to display the login items left, I have taken text view. So as I told you, you can add any of the views that you want from this palette to your layout. So I have added these four views. Okay, and if you select on these views, as you know that you can adjust its view, drag and drop, and you can set the attributes here in the right panel. So this is the basic look of the login page that I have created. You can change it according to your choice. Now the second thing that you have to do is provide ID to each of these views. So I have given these IDs, that is btn login, et username, et password and tv info. Okay, now after that, because after clicking on login button we want to move to the next activity, next page. So here we are going to create a new activity. I'll show you how you can create. Just go to your application, right click, go to new, go to activity, and here you can see empty activity. Just select empty activity, rename it and create it. So once you create that activity, so I have given the name as welcome activity. So my XML is activity underscore welcome. So in this XML I have just added a text view where I am writing just welcome user. You can change your view according to your choice. So this is what I have done in the welcome XML. So the main code that I have written is in main activity.java file. So I'll show you how you can do. So as I have added four views, so I will have to declare all the views here inside my class. So I have mentioned it like edit text as name, edit text password, text view warning, and button is login. Also I want to display login attempt, so I have taken an integer value and initialized it with 5. Now in the onCreate method, you will have to fetch these views with their ID and store them in the variable that you have declared above. So for that we'll use find view by ID method. We'll just pass the id.et name, whatever ID you have provided in your XML file, and you just have to typecast it whatever with the view that you have created. So this is how you can fetch the values of all these views. Now the warning that I want to set it initially as login items left 5. So I have used set text method. Then within this method only, within the onCreate method, I want to set a on click listener for the login button. Okay, so what I will do is on login, under login I have a method, like for every button there is a method that is the set on click listener method. So I have called this method. I'm creating an instance of on click listener. Under that I have the on click method. So inside this on click method, I have called verify login method, which I want to be called on click of that login button. Okay, so this is the method that I have created. So I've written verify login. I've passed two parameters, that is the name and password. So you can just write the get text method to get the text and pass it to string using toString. Then in the verify login method, here is the verify login method. So here also I have just taken two parameters, that is username and password, both are string. So I am writing a if else condition. In if I am comparing the username with admin and password with 12345. So if it is satisfied, I want to move to the next activity, that is I want to move to the page that shows me welcome user. So I am creating an instance of intent class, and I will have to pass the two activities that is the source and destination, from which activity I want to move to which activity. So I want to move from main activity to welcome activity. So I'll write main activity dot this. This means I'm referring to the current main activity that I'm present in currently, and welcome activity dot class. So I'm referring to the class file of this activity file. Then I'll call the start activity method and pass this intent. So it will, if it comes in the if statement, it will create this intent and pass it, and the activity is started. So I will be navigated to the next activity. Now if the username and password doesn't match, I'm just decrementing my login attempt, and I'm setting my warning with the set text method. So I'm setting this, how many are left. So I'm just here converting the integer value to string and appending it. And if login attempt left are 0, then I'm just disabling the login button. So set enabled is false. So this is the basic thing, this is the basic concept, how you can create a login application and move from one activity to another activity, and based on some certain conditions that you want. So this is how I have created a login application. Now I'll show you how after you run, how it will show you in the virtual device. So here you'll have a play button to run the application. Since I've already run it, so I have this button to run it again. Now once you run the application and your build is successful and it installs your application on your virtual device, this is how you are going to see the UI on the virtual device. So you will have a username, you have a password, you have a login button, and it is showing the attempts that are left, the login attempts that are left. So initially it is 5 as we have set it. So now if I enter in the username, if I enter admin, and in password if I just enter 1234 and try to log in, see the attempt is decremented by 1. Now if I give the correct count, that is 5, and if I log in, I will be moved to the next activity and will show display welcome user. The alignment is not proper, that you can adjust yourself, but this is how it will move from one activity to another activity. And the last thing that we have done is, if I have taken username as admin 8 and I try login attempts, the login attempts will decrease by 1, and once it becomes 0, the button will be disabled. So see, the login attempts left are 0 and the button is disabled. So these are the 2-3 functionalities that we have added: how to disable the button, how you can show the display the login attempts, how you can log in with the correct credentials and move to the next activity. So this is the basic Java code that you can use to create your initial application. And so I hope you are able to understand, and you find this video useful, and you are able to create your own application with the help of this video. Thank you so much.